major updates from Google and from OpenAI, as well as the newest news, everything that we got as of news for the ASI Alliance. We'll talk about that today. But first of all, great that you're here. Happy to see you. Shout out to every single one of you. And it's freaking hot today. Today it's freaking hot, man. I'm sweating the whole day. Maybe too much information for you, but yeah, it's really hot, and I'm burning. So yeah, I really need to drink. I think about drinking enough. And just so you know, just out of courtesy for all of you, I'm wearing a shirt because it's so freaking hot. Okay, good. But yeah, the one thing that I would like to talk about first, let me go here. Some of you maybe have seen that on my channel. If I can find it. Here we go. Right. And I hope you all voted there, because I would like to know, what do you care about more? The ASI Alliance building beneficial AGI, or that my token price goes up? Right. At first, I was a little bit disappointed because this one here was a little bit in front. And if you have seen my channel for any number of time, for maybe even just one video, you should know that on here we are all about long-term vision, about the fundamentals, and about creating a beneficial future. So I'm happy about everybody who voted in here. These people, of course, I understand we all want our token price to go up for sure. But I really hope that my audience overall would have a little bit more of a long-term vision. So I'm happy that it's now at 61%. Yeah, that's just something I wanted to mention. And again, I hope we all are in for the long run and for the visions that we are all working toward. Okay, good. So now it was a little bit quiet about the ASI Alliance and all the announcements there. There are a few things that we'll talk about for sure, especially talking about OpenCHyperon and how it gets more and more concrete that the Rejuve project will be the very first application use case for it. But since we have major announcements of Google and of OpenAI, we'll jump into that first. Hello from South Louisiana. Hey, Judy David. Hello back from Germany, or from Schleswig-Holstein over here, right in the north of Germany. But yeah, let's jump right into it with the article. If I can find it. Here it is, with this one here. All right. And in the meantime, of course, let me know all your questions in the chat. Google takes on GPT-4o with Project Astra, an AI agent that understands dynamics of the world. And Astra is actually a beer brand here in Germany. So that's the first thing that I think about. But yeah, Google really had major announcements, and this was pretty cool. So let's just look at this video here. And then we'll talk about that and also compare that to what OpenAI showed off. Now, this here is interesting that they write each part was captured in a single take in real time, because as we know, the last time Google made announcements, they had edited videos and it wasn't real time, which caused a huge shitstorm. And now they make sure to let everybody know, no, this is real time. So good. This is real time.
Okay, let's do some tests. Tell me when you see something that makes sound.
I see a speaker, which makes sound.
What is that part of the speaker called?
So I like how you immediately can draw here in the video or circle something, make an arrow, and then ask a question about that. That's pretty cool.
That is the tweeter. It produces high-frequency sounds.
Give me a creative alliteration about these.
We don't need all of that.
What does that part of the code do?
This code defines encryption and decryption functions. It seems to use AES-CBC encryption to encode and decode data based on a key and an initialization vector, IV.
That's right. What neighborhood do you think I'm in?
This appears to be the King's Cross
Now this is pretty cool because
area of London. It is known for its railway station and transportation connections.
it can see the neighborhood from the picture there. I don't know if that works via Google search. Probably it would be something like that. I don't think the Google AI is fed on a quadrillion pictures from the world. So my guess would be this works via a quick Google search and image comparison, I guess.
Do you remember where you saw my glasses?
Yes, I do. Your glasses were on the desk near a red apple.
And there they are. And this is pretty amazing. And this shows us that Google here uses actually video. So the chatbot Astra sees the video the whole time in real time, and you can ask questions, and it even remembers things about the video, and you can go back. If you have seen the OpenAI presentation with GPT-4o and what they did with the video, I talked about it in the news update that I made. But you see how he shows the table for a split second before he points the phone to his face, and then ChatGPT sees his face. But ChatGPT still refers to the table and says, hey, I think I'm seeing a wooden surface. So that tells me that OpenAI doesn't see the video in real time, but rather takes a screenshot. And then when you ask another question, takes another screenshot. So Google is definitely in front here with seeing the video in real time, something that OpenAI doesn't seem to do. But Google is way further away from putting this actually out for everyday use. So you cannot use this right now, and you cannot really use this in the foreseeable future. OpenAI is probably closer to that, but still pretty cool what they got going here. So here, that said, as GPT-4o begins to roll out over the coming weeks for ChatGPT Plus subscribers, Google appears to be moving a tad slower. The company is still working on Astra and has not shared when its full-fledged AI agent will be launched. Right, so we don't have a date yet. For GPT-4o, it rolls out over the next coming weeks, and the coolest thing is that it rolls out for free for everyone for GPT-4o. Good. Google had made significant advancements in reasoning across multi-model inputs. Getting the response time of the agents down to the human conversational level was a difficult engineering challenge. And this is interesting because how Google is approaching this model is they have their text model, they have their vision model, they have their speech model, and then they have multi-model inputs, right, that they use. For OpenAI, however, and I think it goes here, OpenAI is not using multi-models for GPT-4o. Instead, the company trains the model end-to-end across text, vision, and audio, enabling it to process all inputs and outputs and deliver responses with an average of 320 milliseconds, which is, of course, very fast. And the difference here is that they don't have a model here, a model there, and a model there. No, they only have trained one model on all of that, which makes for much faster interoperability, which also seems like the much better way to do and go about things. Man, it is so hot today. I am, yeah. Right. So yeah, users will also be able to interrupt Gemini during the dialogues, much like what OpenAI is doing with ChatGPT. So this is also pretty cool. Instead of listening to the AI talk, you can just interrupt them when you got the information you needed, or when you know, hey, I don't need this information, let's talk about something else. You can just talk over them, and then they will answer the next thing that you want to talk about, which is pretty cool. All right, let's move further because Google really made a lot of announcements here. So let's go here. Google introduces Imagen 3, its highest quality text-to-image model available in private preview. So it's only in private preview available. We all know very great image generators like Midjourney, for example. But let's look at this one. Imagen 3 is more photorealistic with richer details and fewer visual artifacts or distorted images. It understands prompts written the way people write it. The more creative and detailed you are, the better. We'll look at that. And Imagen 3 remembers to incorporate small details in longer prompts, which just would be a pretty cool feature. This is actually true because, for example, Midjourney cannot do this at all. DALL-E 3 can do this, but DALL-E 3 is not necessarily photorealistic. Good. So yeah, this is all we want to look at here. What we really want to look at here now are examples of Imagen 3. So let's go there. There it is. Right, as you can see here, so here are a few images and here are the examples with prompts down below. Now, this looks pretty cool, pretty photorealistic. There are a few minor things where you see, this is not quite right. Here, for example, I don't believe this is how a balloon actually looks like, a hot air balloon, or also here. But yeah, just minor inaccuracies. Here, it didn't follow the prompt quite accurately. The prompt says it wants to see shadows on the rooftop buildings. You don't see shadows. Instead, you see one right in front. So yeah, not that great. Let's move on here. This one is pretty good because here you can see the prompt adherence. Here, the weathered wooden MacBot, yes, covered with flowering vines, stand peacefully in a field of tall wildflowers, yes. With a small blue bird resting on its outstretched hand. Yes. Digital cartoon and a few other specifications. But yes, here you can see that it pretty beautifully follows the prompt that was given. Now, we don't really can do that great in Midjourney, even though Midjourney has gotten better with that. And DALL-E 3 also is quite good with that, but not as photorealistic. So when it comes to photorealism, I would say it's okay. Now, this one looks pretty good, but generally nothing groundbreaking. The really cool thing is the prompt adherence, but yeah, I would say it's okay, but also not as great as they made it out to be. So yeah, Imagen 3, for sure, a nice thing to play around with, but not necessarily groundbreaking. Now, what is pretty cool as well is the other announcement, and there were really a plethora of announcements from Google, is this year. Google takes on OpenAI's Sora with stunning new generative AI video model Veo. Now, this is pretty cool because Sora needs a competitor, and Veo, you can already sign up for the waitlist of Veo. You cannot do that for Sora yet, but for Veo, you can sign up for the waitlist. I unfortunately cannot because it's not available in Germany. Shame on my country and shame on Google, shame on everybody, because I want to sign up for this, but you probably can. So yeah, for that, you just need to go to the waitlist and find out if you can. So yeah, a generative AI video model capable of creating high quality 180p clips that can go beyond 60 seconds. Now, great for that information, right? Beyond 60 seconds. Oh, cool. Thank you. What does that mean? Does that mean 61 seconds? Does that mean 3 minutes? Does that mean 3 hours? I have no idea. Like beyond 60 seconds, what kind of statement is this? Kind of pisses me off. It's just like because Sora can create 60 seconds, so they want to make sure, no, we can create beyond 60 seconds, but it's a bit ridiculous because freaking tell me how long? 90 seconds? 1 minute? Well, 1 minute would be 60 seconds, so that was kind of idiotic for me. But yeah, 5 minutes, 1 hour, just tell me how long, man. Right, let's look at this. I don't think this is so groundbreaking or interesting. What we have seen from Sora looked much better. It still doesn't look bad, right? It's still cool. I have the abstract car driving here, and here after a while it comes into the tunnel, and after that it goes into a realistic car driving, which also looks pretty cool, kind of realistic. So yeah, it's good, but I wouldn't say it's as good as what we've seen from Sora. But yeah, Sora, of course, was hand-picked. Well, I guess Google is probably hand-picked as well. Yeah, here you can read through the prompt. We don't need to read that. Here we can also see jellyfish. This looks kind of cool as well. But still, I would say what we have seen from Sora was quite a bit better than what we see here from what was it? What was the name? Vero? Yeah, Veo. what we've seen from Veo yet. I guess Vero is an Instagram alternative. Yeah, I mean, not bad. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I would have loved a few more videos longer than 8 seconds here. All of them are 8 seconds. So I guess the longest video we have is this one, and this one is about 1 minute and 4 seconds. So 64 seconds. Well, that's longer than 60 seconds, I guess. But yeah, I still would like to know, what does that mean now? Is 64 seconds the maximum? Oh, great. Give me a time. Give me a number, a concrete number, and not longer than 60 seconds. Veo can easily quickly make high-quality edits to AI-generated videos or users' uploaded clips, which is also pretty cool. So this is actually really, really cool. So you can just upload your video, your AI video, whatever, and then you can tell Veo, hey, edit this and that. So when give both an input video and editing command, like adding kayaks to an aerial shot of a coastline, Veo can apply this command to the initial video and create a new video, new edited video. So you have a coastline, and then you say, hey, I want kayaks in there, and then Veo edits kayaks in there, and things like that. And I think this is pretty cool. And this is a pretty cool feature, and I don't think Sora can do that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Sora can do that. All right, good. These are the major announcements from Google, I would say. Another announcement on things that they have shown off quite a little bit with a few things is how they start to incorporate AI agents, right? They start to incorporate AI agents more, where you tell an AI agent, hey, please do this task for me. For example, give back these boots, right? And then he gets a receipt from the boots and gives them back. Things like that, or book an appointment for me. This is exactly what Fetch AI is doing, right? Fetch AI, so the ASI Alliance, basically, which is what we are seeing from them. So it's kind of cool that multiple companies, OpenAI also to some degree, are going more into this direction of implementing agents, where you can tell an AI, hey, do this complex task for me. And then the agent does the task for you and asks, hey, should I proceed? And you say yes. But I want to mention that this is exactly what Fetch AI is doing. So we'll see if this is bullish or not for Fetch AI, because this puts agents in a more public light, which is good, but also it's competition, of course, for Fetch AI. But I would say, since Fetch AI has been working on this since quite a while now, that probably Fetch AI hopefully is still a little bit in front of what their whole application mechanisms and applications comes. But of course, Fetch AI doesn't have the huge money behind it like Google or OpenAI has. So just as an interesting side note here, many AI companies seem to move more into the direction of implementing agents, just like Fetch AI, and with Fetch AI, of course, the ASI Alliance. Now, when we go to the OpenAI announcements, I already made a video about that, so I won't go too much in depth into here. But yeah, just this here, a powerful new multimodal foundational large language model, GPT-4o, which will be made available to all free ChatGPT users in the coming weeks. And this is a really big, really cool thing here. It will be made available for all free users. And you don't even need to log in anymore. So you can just go to the site, to ChatGPT, and you can use all of this, all of the capabilities, GPT-4o with all of its capabilities, the vision, the voice output, the memory function, the search. So this is freaking amazing. Now, when I think another thing that's article mentions here, what I already said, is that with GPT-4o, we train a single new model end-to-end across text, vision, and audio, meaning that all inputs and outputs are processed by the same neural networks, which is pretty cool. But when we think now ASI Alliance and we are too far behind, and how can we ever get on par with these big companies, especially when they push forward these developments, this is not unexpected. I think four weeks ago, I said in the live stream that this is probably what we expect from a possible GPT-5, or now it's GPT-4o. We will see a lot more interoperability, which is what we are seeing here. yes, it now has interoperability with video, with vision capability, with voice, and that's great, but it's still basically not much more powerful than GPT-4. It's marginally better, right? It's marginally better than GPT-4, but not by a lot. So what I've talked about quite a bit is we are really seeing large language models kind of plateauing here. Yes, there are still marginal improvements, but not big leaps anymore. And this is what I expect to see in the coming weeks and for the rest of the year, really, that the large language models will not have amazing, great improvements, but that they keep plateauing and staying, kind of the same, but will have a lot more interoperability with many, many other interoperable functions. But given that large language models are based on predicting the most likely token that comes next in a sequence, there's one point where it cannot get beyond that, because large language models are still lacking important features that a true AGI would need, like an actual understanding of what a world is, beyond just pattern matching and then predicting the most likely token, but actually understanding what the world is and how the world works, or a sophisticated theory of mind, right? A theory of mind is, how do I explain that? When you have a small child and it looks into a room, and in the room there's a person and he is putting chocolate in a drawer, then the person leaves the room and a different person comes into the room. So the small child will think that the different person that comes into the room should know where the chocolate is, because a small child doesn't have a theory of mind yet. It doesn't differentiate between different minds, right? For a small child, everything is one. So it assumes that the new person in the room should know where the chocolate is. Only from a certain age, the child knows, oh no, the new person has no idea that the chocolate is in the drawer because a different person put it in the drawer. This is basically what theory of mind means. And we are yet to see a sophisticated theory of mind from a GPT or from a large language model. Given large language models and GPT-4 have passed theory of mind tests, but only theory of mind tests that were incorporated in their training data. So yeah, this is not really any given evidence for anything. So yeah, with saying all of that, yes, we see these amazing advancements and it's pretty cool. And I love that you can use it for free now and you can do a lot with that. But when it comes to actual AGI development, I don't think we'll see a lot further advancements here in the LLM space, at least. So yeah, we are pretty much good to go with Hyperon. And let me get up a whiteboard here just for something very simple. And you probably know this graph if you have seen my content at one point. But yeah, this is, if it loads, yes. So you basically have the development of large language models, right? And here you have the development of AGI or AI. Here you have large language models. They go up very, very steep and then they plateau, right? They maybe go up a little bit, but they generally plateau. These are LLMs such as ChatGPT. Now, where can I change the color here? Yeah, I have no idea where I can change the actual, down here. I at least hope so. Good. So, and this is how Hyperon looks like. So it's first very, very slow, not a lot of happening. And then once it really picks up pace, it will look like this. So this is Hyperon. This is basically the difference. We have a very, very steep development curve in large language models, which we have seen with GPT 3.5, which was mind-blowing, and then GPT 4 was freaking amazing. And now we just see it very, very slowly getting marginally better. And with Hyperon, our actual AGI approaches that have a chart to actually get us to AGI, we see a very, very slow start of development. And then I fully believe that when we cross a certain threshold and everything comes together, it goes like this. Because at a certain point, ChatGPT Hyperon will be powerful enough, or the best tool on the planet, better than every human, to develop itself. And once we reach a point where Hyperon is the best thing to develop itself, it really goes up like this, because it just continuously improves itself, which is exactly what Meta, the programming language Meta, is for, which allows Hyperon to improve itself. Good. Which is pretty cool. More OpenAI announcements, and this is pretty interesting, is that Ilya Sutskever stepped back. It's not part of OpenAI anymore. Here, OpenAI co-founder and chief scientist Ilya Sutskever announces departure. Now, this is really the whole story here. It's an abrupt announcement that is in many ways poorly timed. Let's get to that in a second. But you have here, oh, I wish them all the best, and it's time for me to go, and we wish Ilya all the best, and he was such a genius, and we are so sad that he steps back. Yeah, I call BS on that. Of course, I need to say that in their marketing and in their press releases. Of course, they say that. But if you have, probably we all have, we all are aware of what happened last year. I believe it was in November, or maybe it was December, where Ilya Sutskever tried to, boot out Sam Altman and the rest of that. And since then, we really didn't see anything from Ilya Sutskever. And now we have this article, and it also says here, it's an abrupt announcement that is in many ways poorly timed, coming on the heels of OpenAI's announcement just yesterday of a new foundation AI model, GPT-4o, and will likely cloud coverage. Sutskever was said to be among the ringleaders, if not the ringleader, of the corporate coup that ousted Altman in November 2023. So it was November. So yeah, it really comes one day, or was it 2 days, after the huge announcement of GPT-4o. So it basically overshadows a little bit the GPT-4o publicity. Now, why would Ilya Sutskever do that? Maybe to have a little bit revenge, right? He could pick any day. He could have done it before. He could do it in a month. But no, he did it 1 or 2 days after the huge GPT-4o announcement. So yeah, all the press releases of, oh, such a genius, and oh, I will miss them, and we wish each other all the best. Of course, I say that to have, for the public, via the mass for the public, but that it was just 1 or 2 days after the huge GPT-4o announcement really tells me that the fronts are really still fighting, and this is kind of a little bit of revenge from Ilya Sutskever to overshadow a bit the huge GPT-4o. Of course, this is just speculation, right? Obviously, but why else would he do that a few days, 1 or 2 days after the announcement of GPT-4o? He really could do it any other day. All right. What do you all think about that? Do you think, or what do you think will Ilya Sutskever do now? He was talking about a personal project. Will he join any of the major companies? Will he open up his own approach? Will he be able to be recruited for the ASI Alliance? Who knows? Who knows? Now let's get into this. Why slowing down AI companies is not an option. And this is from our beloved Dr. Ben Goertzel. So Ben Goertzel explains what makes slowing AI development a risky scenario, highlighting the realities of technology competition, economic forces, and the potential benefits of advanced AI. I cannot speak anymore. And it's so fucking hot here. Yeah, so healthcare, where AI is revolutionizing the way diagnoses are made, treatments are personalized, and operational efficiencies are achieved. This leads to earlier and more accurate detections of disease, such as cancer or heart conditions. AI-enabled robotics are also transforming surgeries, enhancing precision while minimizing recovery risks. Of course, this is one aspect of why slowing down AI is kind of not the smartest thing to do. But yeah, it's always the same. when we have huge announcements in AI development, like we have now from OpenAI and from Google, there are always voices who scream, no, we need to slow it down, it might be dangerous, and things like that. But the issue is, first of all, this is the issue. It's so confusing. Where are my fingers? This is the issue here, that we will lose amazing advancements that are beneficial for humanity, like this healthcare, but also other issues are that we are globalized on a planet, right? We don't just have one country. We don't just have America where people work on AI. No, we also have many, many other countries. We have China. We have maybe even countries in Europe. I don't know. I kind of doubt that, but maybe, who knows? And other countries who work on AI. So if you slow it down, the other countries will just inevitably outrun them. Slowing down is not an option here. Even if you think, hey, it would be the best approach to make it safe, it's not an option. Because you cannot slow down the whole world. It doesn't work like that. Then others will overtake us, and maybe they will use it for much, much worse things than we will use it. Obviously, maybe we also use it for worse things. It can always be used for worse things. But the only way to make sure we can mitigate these bad things or do something against these bad things is to have our own AI that is advanced. Of course, this is a kind of argument from the back, but still the main argument is that, well, the whole world is working on AI, so slowing it down just puts us on the back foot, or whoever it is that develops AI on the back foot, because the others will not stop. So slowing it down doesn't make any sense at all. As it also says here, slowing down could leave a country or company at a competitive disadvantage, diminishing the influence and economic opportunities. The organizational structure of OpenAI, and now we talk about OpenAI, which is interesting. The organizational structure of OpenAI is another critical aspect of the story. Originally set up as a hybrid of a non-profit and a for-profit entity, this structure could not have been more unusual and problematic. In most setups, non-profits aim to serve broader societal goals, while for-profits focus on generating revenue. OpenAI's approach led to the inherent tensions, especially as a profit-driven site sought financial gains that might contradict the non-profit's mission. And this statement also describes the kind of tensions between Sam Altman and Elias Sutskever, where Sam Altman was first booted from OpenAI, then came back, and Sam Altman is the basically for-profit side and pushing it as fast as possible, whereas Elias Sutskever is the non-profit side and slowing it down and making it safe. Now, apparently, Elias Sutskever lost because he leaves now. But yeah, I mean, I would say approach of both would be best. First of all, yes, we need to push it as fast as possible with the right safety measures in place, but we still need to push it as fast as possible. This is the only option that any company really has, because if they don't push it fast, others will push it fast, right? But then again, it should also be as, let's say, as non-profit as possible. Of course, fully non-profit is not feasible because you need to finance yourself somehow, but as non-profit as possible. let's say it like that. All right, now let's get into what we've all been waiting for, which is OpenCHyperon. And yeah, first of all, when it comes to the ASI Alliance and the whole merger, there was really not a lot new this week. Really not a lot of new news, right? So there's not that much to talk about. Of course, we'll talk about this now. But yeah, many people getting really, really impatient, which I understand to some degree because there's not a lot of communication from the ASI Alliance. But I kind of expect my audience to be a bit more big picture and long-term vision focused, right? And not short-term token gains. Why is there no announcement? I want token gains, right? This is all good. And of course, we all want our tokens to go up. But what we all really want is that we get this right. What we all really want is that the ASI Alliance develops beneficial AGI before big tech to actually help humanity, to actually create something great for humanity, to actually create something democratic that is not there for the benefit and the enrichment of a few people, but there for all of us. This is what we actually want. And everybody who is so short-sighted and just screams, oh, I want my token price to go up, and cannot see the significance of this, I understand that to some degree, but then still I have to say you're probably wrong on this channel, and I don't really understand why you're watching my videos, because this is everything that I am not talking about, right? I'm just saying you probably have find better channels that talk more about token price and stuff that are more for you than what I am talking about. You're still very welcome here, but if you're still here and watching this, I hope I can kind of bring you to open up your eyes for the big picture and the vision and the really significance of this, because AGI, the development of AGI, an intelligent system that is as intelligent and even more intelligent than humans, is the most significant development probably in all of humanity, right? When we have that, this could completely change everything. And if we don't get this right, it could be absolutely devastating. So yeah, we want to have the big vision and the big picture in our mind. Good. Now let's come to this. This is OpenCHyperon as an important part of the Rejuve project. The development of OpenCHyperon in partnership with Rejuve Bio, a biotech company specializing in longevity research, has the potential to significantly scale its longevity research programs and transform pharmaceutical development. And Ben Goertzel talks about this a lot. I also mentioned this quite a few times. How can we make sure that the developing AGI will be beneficial? Well, if you use a developing AGI to build weapons, to scam people, to be malicious, it likely will not be beneficial but malicious. Well, if we, however, use a developing AGI mainly for positive things like longevity research, it probably, there's no reason to think that it will not be beneficial and compassionate. Right? There's no reason to think that it will not be beneficial and helpful for all of humanity. Of special importance, and this is interesting because here it talks a little bit about how OpenCHyperon works and about the different parts of this. And again, Hyperon is not an LLM. It uses an LLM, but it has many different approaches that work all together. Of special importance is PLN, a logic designed to emulate human-like common sense reasoning. This logic excels at dealing with uncertainty, both empirical and abstract knowledge, and the relationships between them. Pattern mining is another approach, enables the extraction of meaningful patterns and relationships from large data sets. Integrating the distributed atom space, DAS, pattern matching queries into Meta allows OpenCHyperon to discover and utilize patterns within a variety of contexts, including the analysis of longevity research questions using Rejuve's cross-organism dataset. And this is a really amazing approach here. This, first of all, validates the usefulness of OpenCHyperon if pattern matching and PLN actually works, when it works with the huge Rejuve datasets. And it's also extremely amazing for the Rejuve project because now they have the ability, with the help of AI, to compare huge data sets against each other and find patterns and possible helpful paths toward longevity. One of the initial use cases for OpenCHyperon is in the field of bio-AI, specifically for generating hypotheses in longevity genomics research, which is exactly what it will do with the pattern matching approach across all the longevity and genetic research databases. And I think we have a pretty good chance that in the next few months, probably still this year, the normal everyday user will be able to use OpenCHyperon in conjunction with the Rejuve project. I think we have a pretty good chance for that. Let's first go here. Flybase has been imported into OpenCHyperon, giving Regrowth Bio access to a massive database of 330 million atoms in the atom space. However, this is only a subset used for the current testing version. This integration enables effective data analysis and hypothesis generation. Now, let's first move on. OpenCHyperon is integrating data from various sources, including the flies and flybase, as well as human data sets and other longevity animal models into the bioatom space, identifying common genetic pathways and targets. Now, if you're not familiar with longevity research or with scientific research overall, we don't do everything just on humans. First of all, we always have animal models. Now, I have no idea. Well, there's no reason to sugarcoat that. There is extensive animal testing happening with these longevity researchers, especially in mice. There's a lot of data for mice. I don't know if Regrowth project themselves actually do animal testing. I think when the data is already there, obviously it's okay to use some animal testing by itself. There are other approaches that you can use that are very promising. Still, animal testing, unfortunately, is very, very widespread. Something I can never endorse and will never stand for, and I would always say we need to find and use alternative methods. But still, if the databases are there, it would be an absolute waste to not use databases that are there. Now, here we use a database, first of all, of fruit flies, because there's extensive longevity research of fruit flies and the fruit fly genome. Now, you can say, what the hell do fruit flies have to do with humans? And you would be right, and probably not that much, but still enough to have certain assumptions and hypotheses. You would be amazed to see how much in biomedical research actually comes from animal models like this. So this is definitely a valid approach, okay? For everybody who is not into these kind of things, I am not a scientist in that regard. Of course, I had a little bit of biochemistry in my bachelor's degree and other stuff, and I also have made my own research into longevity, especially when with help of the Lifespan podcast and Dr. David Sinclair's work. And I can tell you, yes, while obviously not being applicable to humans one-to-one, this still gives us a good idea of hypothesis and how things maybe work. So yeah, OpenCHyperon will combine all these multiple databases together, which is amazing, because then it can, via the pattern matching algorithm, find out, well, patterns and things that work well together. Users of the Regrowth Longevity app will have the option to voluntarily add their data to the bioatom space. These users will be instrumental in advancing our research efforts and identifying potential longevity breakthroughs by voluntarily sharing their data. And this is huge. Now, I believe you even get rewarded with Regrowth tokens when you share your data. And I would love to do that. Obviously, this is a very, very private thing to share your medical data and everything they need in the Regrowth app. But it's on the blockchain, so it should be reasonably safe, pretty safe. Obviously, it's open, but no one can really connect it to you. But I don't know if the Regrowth app is finally out. Is it out in America? Is it out in the US? Because it definitely is not out in Europe, or definitely not in Germany. Maybe in some places in Europe, I don't know. But as soon as it's out, I will definitely go there. And everybody who is, of course, I understand if you're not comfortable with sharing this data, but everybody who is should go there immediately and do it, because this is what helps the development of OpenCHyperon. This is exactly one thing that helps Hyperon to develop further, right? So as the community of the ASI Alliance, these are the exact things we want to do to help them push this forward. All right. Good. Now, I know today I didn't have a thumbnail of the ASI Alliance, so maybe because of that I have a few less people watching. Everybody who follows my channel should know that I always talk in every stream about the ASI Alliance and about updates, right, like this. So if you're watching this on replay, yes, I always talk about that. Okay, no worries. But since there were no huge news, my thumbnail are the biggest news that I could find and that I talk about. I cannot have a thumbnail about nothing, about Ben Goertzel talking about how Yeah, this is not a great thumbnail. Maybe I will try it in the future, but yeah. I hope all of you are still interested in general AI updates, because also being real with everybody who's watching this here, my channel is not, and I don't intend my channel to be, a crypto channel. I don't want to talk about token prices and new crypto launches and this kind of stuff. That doesn't interest me. Of course, it interests me to some degree, but not in a way that I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the fundamentals of amazing technological advancements. Like, for example, what is now the news with Google and with OpenAI. And of course, I love to talk about most the ASI Alliance, because it's a merger of blockchain and AI, and it's freaking amazing. So I hope everybody here is enjoying that. If you are searching for a channel who talks about crypto tokens and solely this kind of stuff, this is not the channel for you. Okay, I just want to get this out there, because this channel is mainly focused on AI. Ideally on the ASI Alliance, because this is the most interesting AI project to me, because it's on a blockchain. So I love it. But yeah, this is what I mainly focus on. I enjoy all your videos. Keep them coming. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have never seen you before. Are you always here, Judy? Judy David? I have never seen you before. Or maybe I forgot. I'm so sorry if I forgot you, but I don't think I have ever seen you before. So thank you for saying that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging in the chat with me. Very, very happy about that. Now let's get into one more story, and then we'll get into our weekly Bitcoin price analysis. Of course, I'll do that as well. So this is just a short thing that I just want to mention. Nothing really big, but a new partnership announcement of Elohim. Elohim Technology partners with open source AGI champion SingularityNet and neurosymbolic LLM specialist Sarka. So this is really all there is. The partnership with SingularityNet and Sarka is coupled with the unveiling of the first stage of our 15-stage development plan. Our AI learns from human interactions, continuously evolving to solve better and understands deeper. So this Elohim, I've never heard about them. I also could not find much about them on Google, actually. So I don't know how big this is, but this is still a partnership. I am happy about every partnership, but they are developing an AI avatar. So I don't necessarily know how their 15-step development plan looks like, but it sounds kind of cool. It sounds a little bit similar to what Twin Protocol is doing, just that this will be, I'm not entirely sure. For me, it sounds like this will be one avatar, one AI avatar that learns from whoever talks with it, and then talks with the learned things that it has learned from the specific user. So basically, it learns from the specific user, so the user develops its own avatar over time. This is what I think this means. But yeah, this one new partnership, and we're always happy about partnerships, right? Okay. Most of the time, just don't normally comment. Well, thank you for commenting today. Thank you for commenting today then. I'm very, very happy about everybody who comments. And also, for everyone who is also here and watches in the back and usually doesn't comment, comments, first of all, obviously, I'm so grateful for every comment, and they help me, obviously, because more comments tell the YouTube algorithm that my videos are good, and it shows the videos to more people. But also, it helps to show this video to more people who are not necessarily into the ASI Alliance, right? So if you want to spread adoption, and this is not just for me, right? Of course, I want to plug myself, but not just myself, but this is for every video about the ASI Alliance that you see, that you come across. Engage with that, because this spreads this video more to more people, so more people get to know the ASI Alliance, right? So just in general. Of course, it would be great for me as well, but just in general, for every video where you think, hey, ASI Alliance, widespread adoption, this is significant, we need to push that. Engagement really, really helps. So thank you a lot for commenting today, Judy. All right. And now let's look at what Bitcoin is doing. And right now, Bitcoin is rising again. But first, as always, let's look, and let me make myself small here. Let's look at our monthly time frame. And monthly again, I am, bullish as always. So let's get rid of this. This marks the halving for everybody who doesn't know. So let's get rid of the halving and let's look at this. As you can see here, we created a swing high in the monthly time frame, which tells us we will likely run out these two candles here, maybe. So we have looked at what happens after the halving quite a few times. For now, we have a dump of the high before the halving to the low after the halving of about 23%, which sounds about right. Usually we get a dump anywhere from 20 to 60%. And we dumped into this fair value gap, which specifically I was looking for to come back to. So we dipped into here. And now I want to see if we are bullish and if we go parabolic like this, I want to see a very, very strong reaction here. So I want to see this candle ideally come up to this at least, but even better, make a new all-time high. When we see this month, a new all-time high, we will probably go parabolic. Or we will probably go absolutely bananas, as all of you know. So yeah, if we see this candle now rush up and come into here, and preferably even make new all-time highs, I am very, very bullish for the next few months. Because we dipped into here, this is what I really want to see, and now we can really go straight up. And right now it looks pretty, pretty good. Now if we go to the weekly, what I marked out here, no, this is the daily fair value gap. On the weekly, there's actually no fair value gap anymore. We already dipped into that. Actually, this wasn't even a fair value gap. So no, don't forget my words, there was no fair value gap. But on the weekly, we can see here our weekly swing low that we made here. Now, a weekly swing low tells me, so the swing low is this down here, right? These candles are not as low as this here, so this is our swing low. And usually what happens when we make a swing low or swing high, these two candles will get run out. Maybe not immediately, but usually they will get run out. So this candle running out, this one, is what I want to see. This is the next point where we want to pay attention. If we go up here, we want to see what happens. We want to see if we are bullish, if we want the price to go up, we want to see it snap through it right into this fair value gap here. This would be the ideal scenario. If we go here and then we get rejected, this would be pretty bearish. This would be pretty bearish, and I would think that we'll probably make a lower swing low after that. So yeah, I am excited how this week will develop. Of course, this candle might go here, the next candle might go here, and the next one maybe here, the next one maybe here. Well, this is already a little bit too high, right? So, right, it can range for a couple of weeks, but when it comes here, we want to see it snapping through. When it comes here, we want to see it snapping through, because when it comes here and then gets rejected, we would expect it to come lower. All right. Good. Let's look at the daily. And for the daily, here we have our daily fair value gap. We had another one. Oh yeah, we had another one right here. We already dipped into that. Now, we dipped into this fair value gap, but we got rejected. And this is kind of the weekly scenario that I was talking about just on a daily time frame. We dipped into the fair value gap, but we were rejected immediately, and we came down here. But we did not make a lower swing low. So this is also bullish. As you can see here, we were making, where's my freaking pen? Here it is. We were making swing low, lower swing low, lower swing low. Now we made a higher swing low. So also for the swing highs, swing high, lower swing high, lower swing high. If we now make a higher swing high, this is bullish again. Then we are again in an uptrend. For now, we are not sure. We are undecided. So on a daily time frame, just as in the weekly, we want to get above this here. If we can get above this here, we at least are in an uptrend for now. Then we want to see if we make a lower swing low or a higher swing low around here, right? Around there. Okay. I hope you get what I mean. I know this got a little bit ugly. Let me get rid of all of that. So yeah, so the main thing I'm looking for is the daily level here, this daily level here. And if we can go there, let's see if we can go up into this weekly level here. And what I really want to see is I want to see us smash through this fair value gap this year. And then we have a good chance to go bananas in the next couple of weeks. Alrighty. Good. I guess that's it for the Bitcoin update. And again, we could also go down, not financial advice. I probably need to say that, not financial advice. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Nothing I say should be taken as financial advice. And it's also possible that we come down here and go all the way back down here, right? We could go all the way back down, well, not back down there, but back down here, bounce off that, and still be bullish in the monthly time frame. Still be an uptrend in the monthly time frame. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Right now, for me, it looks like it's likely we are going up. We're going upward, but the next days and weeks will tell us. Obviously, we'll look at that next Wednesday again. All right. Good. Then I guess that's it for today. Thank you everybody for watching here. Thank you for spending the time with me. Thank you everybody watching this on the replay. I appreciate every single one of you. And thank you for all the people who are a little bit shy and then comment time after time. Thank you really for that. We are at the end, so I can plug myself shamelessly. I would really love if you would consider my memberships on the channel. That would be freaking amazing. There are a few memberships. Basically, the memberships are AGI and ASI, I believe. You can have a look. Obviously, you do whatever you want. I just want to mention that in this memberships, for the AI membership, you get community posts for only members, where I talk more frequently and a bit more in depth about token prices, things like that, maybe also news updates. For the AGI members, you get a weekly live stream where you can go just as members very in depth into whatever you want, probably token price analysis, maybe even trading, whatever you like, things like that. And then for the ASI members, if anyone wants that, I will make a private chat, right, where you can chat with me, a group chat where we can chat with another and basically talk the whole day about AGI, crypto, blockchain, and everything you desire. All right, I would love to see a couple of you there. And with that being said, I will see all of you in the next video and next Wednesday. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.